Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has launched the Focus Labs on Agriculture, Manufacturing and Power, designed to make the Nigerian economy more competitive by boosting job creation and investments. The Focus Labs, which are a creation of the Economic Recovery and Growth Plan, are to bring together the public and private sector participants as well as potential investors in order to boost economic growth. State House correspondent Maria Olashende reports.
The event is the inauguration by Vice President Yemi Osinbajo of the core working teams for the Economic Recovery and Growth Plan, the Focus Labs. With the President Muhammadu Buhari administration's determination to push forward with the economic progress recorded. For Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, these labs cannot succeed without input of the private sector.
In some senses, we are courting and wooing the private sector because they have the resources to ensure that what we set for ourselves is achieved. So they are significant in the achievement of our economic objectives as a government and the success of these labs. Our administration fully recognizes that the private sector ought to be the driver of the economy, mobilizing and deploying the bulk of capital required to deliver growth and prosperity. And the role of government should essentially be to create the environment for the private sector to thrive. To see this as central, we want to listen to what the investors are saying, we want to listen to what the private sector is saying, and want to see in what ways we can bend over backwards to accommodate what they're saying so that we can achieve our objectives.
The Minister of Budget and National Planning, Udoma, who presents the labs, says the federal government is starting with 3 specific labs. These are agriculture and transportation, manufacturing and processing, power and gas supply.
And the main objectives of the labs are to get new investments for critical projects, to create jobs. We have a target of 15 million jobs, and we must achieve it. And we want to use the labs to resolve complex interagency problems that inhibit private sector investment.
For all of us, there's one challenge we've faced as a government, as individuals in our respective responsibilities. It's been the challenge of credibility and implementation. This implementation will necessarily involve partnerships especially with the private sector and other stakeholders to achieve these very laudable and ambitious objectives we have.
The Central Steering Committee is made up of the Ministers of Agriculture, Transport, Mines, Industry, Trade and Investment, Power, Works and Housing, Petroleum Resources, Finance, Justice, as well as the Ministry of Budgets and National Planning. Maria Olashende, TVC News, Abuja.